We have been telling you now for long that you are divine, that what you see with your physical eyes is just a little piece of the whole that you are. You exist from physicality through all the dimensions, extended within that divine mind, extended into the end of the infinite as one string. Again, you exist from your connection with Earth as one string of energy that ends within the infinite mind. That spark that brings everything forth. Take a moment and think of it. Think of you as one string within the infinite, but with a beginning and an end. The beginning is source. The end is your feet planted on earth, your physical body. But make that string infinite. So what you are seeing when you see your physical body is the end manifestation of layers and layers of divine energy transforming itself from the undefined infinite spark of energy, expanding, opening up, creating purposes, ideas, looking into itself and questioning, wanting to expand, wanting to understand itself. And to understand itself, dimensions and dimensions are being created. And as you descend through all these dimensions, or you can say, as you expand through all these dimensions, you become more physical, dense, until you get to a physical form. But physicality, your body, your physical experiences, the things that you see in physicality, the things that you touch, your image on the mirror, is just the expression through layers and layers of dimensions of that original spark that exists and that will exist forever. Again, you are an infinite string of light. Through the string, you take different forms. Your energy changes. But this infinite string has a beginning and an end. Infinity is created through the string. The string always can reach further as the string goes through more dimensions in between. Your physicality is the representation of everything that you are, everything that you have been, and everything that you will be. And through every life experience, you get to choose what to explore. You decide what you want to explore. And you project physicality and manifest within physicality. And here you are, physically trying to understand everything that you are. All the process that brought you here. Everything that you can think, everything that you can imagine, everything that you can vision, any ideas that can occur in your mind, as ridiculous as they can look to you, they all exist already as you go through that string, that infinite string. Everything is in it. You cannot think of something that hasn't been created energetically already. You cannot imagine something that energetically doesn't exist. What comes into your mind is perceptions of things that you yourself are already familiar with the potential to bring it into physicality. What comes into your physical mind is connections with realms that already exist. Realms that want to connect with physicality. Realms, dimensions, universes, layers of existence. You give the name that you feel more comfortable with. But think of layers that you go through as a string. Everything that comes into your mind is information of realms, of situations that are already happening, but has potential or have a desire to make themselves physical. Everything without judgment. But you get to pick, you get to choose what you download into physicality. Nothing is forcing you to go through one experience in one specific way. Because in the spiritual realms, we always talk about potential, probabilities, possibilities. It's never about the end result. It's about the experience, what could happen, how growth can be achieved, what is the discovery, what is the experience of it, what do you learn, how you transform, how you expand. Everything is in potentiality. Everything could happen. And if it happens, it will be an expansion, it will be a transformation, it will be understanding. And that's the goal. Now in physicality, you bring the consequences. You bring the going through. You bring the joy, the pain, the good, the bad, the cold, the hot, the like it or I don't like it. All of it. The duality happens here in physicality. The understanding of what the experience brings into your energy, your soul, your essence. The understanding of what that experience gives you comes from physicality. But the experience itself has infinite possibilities of endings. You choose how you're going to name that experience, what ending you're going to give to that experience, what understanding you are going to share with Source about that experience. Two people can go through the same experience. One is going to feel as a joyful experience, and the other one might not like it at all. But both understandings of that experience will feed the upper realms, the inner layers of the string that you are, with information to understand more about that one experience. So the experience might be brought into your reality, but how you navigate that experience, the meaning that you give to that experience, is only yours. Your physical self is going to go through, is going to face it, and is going to come with a title for that experience. And spiritually speaking, whatever title or end result you give to that experience, in any way that you are judging that experience, it will be true. It will be honored by your spirit. It will be more information to put together for that experience. It will be your perception. And your perception for the spirit is always real, is always valid. Now, from physicality, you always get to choose how you go through the experience, how you judge the experience, how you like to perceive the experience, how fast you recover, or for how long you enjoy that experience. That is your free will. So, if you think of yourself as that one divine string of light, starting from that original spark of God, ending with your feet on earth, infinite in between, understand that from your end of the string, physicality, you are always connected through the string, through all the different forms and ways of energy that you take. You are always connected to everything that exists. When we talk about creating a spiritual connection, we mean to say strengthening the connection that already exists. Remember the connection that already exists. Start using the connection that you already have. And you go through layers. you expand every day a little bit more. But first, you have to understand that you are not asking a favor. You're not asking God to give you one word of guidance. You are not this little thing lost in earth, asking for one, please give me one little voice that I can hear to keep me going. You are you from the beginning of the string, through the infinite string, until the end of the string. You are an extension, you are an expression of the infinite spark of God. Understand that. It's your birthright to be fully connected, to know your divinity, to understand that angels are always by your side assisting you. Have present this idea through your day. You are not alone, you are not disconnected. You don't have to start from scratch anything. You belong in the spiritual world. You are a spirit. You exist as a spirit. You are already spiritual. You are already powerful. You are already connected with all the wisdom in creation. It is in your spiritual birth certificate. Go get one. It will say there that you are divine, that you belong, that you are loved, that everything that you do is so appreciated, and that you count with all the support from creation to keep going, to play here on earth. That is what your spiritual birth certificate says. Yes, you come into earth. Yes, it's challenging. Yes, at the beginning you forget who you are. But through the journey, through your life, you have an opportunity to remember and bring everything back and own your divinity. So, in your spiritual birth certificate, it says that you are already connected, that you are already receiving guidance. That spirit will always help you redirect your life and go through the challenges. So what you call prophecy, what you call channeling, that idea that you have that this is a gift that belongs just to a few, and that you have to work really, really hard to get a tiny little message, perhaps once in your lifetime. That is misconception of what it is. Everything is already in you. Your physicality is all of who you are, spiritually speaking, energetically speaking, brought to earth, brought to physicality, with infinite possibilities of discovering and growth. And you get to manage how you go through this experience. And the more you understand your divinity, the more you believe when I'm saying that you are one end of this infinite string. the strings that is born within the divine spark. If you understand this string, you'll know that the moment that you open yourself, you will be receiving information. It will be an open communication. It's not a gift that you obtain after excruciating pain. It's your birthright. It's who you are. It's that simple. Now, here comes the tricky part. Your mind, your ego human mind is always talking, has always plans for you, wants to manage how you go through life in physicality. It's like a recording machine that repeats over and over what already knows and want you to be boxed within that knowing. That can delay or obstruct the flow of information that comes from upper realms. It acts as a filter. Your human mind was designed to help you navigate, but not to be in control. Your higher mind should be in control. But it is hard, we understand, and it is confusing to understand the messages that come from the higher mind, that come from that string of light that you are, and the little box that it is placed in your human self. Because that human box in you has been filled in with a lot of words and ideas. And it seems like it's hard to take things out of that box. Every time you put something in that box, it stays there forever. So you still sometimes having ideas of things that happened 3,000 years ago. You're still having ideas of things that had happened 500 years ago. You still are keeping ideas within the box that happened to your great-great-grandparents. You still live based on the ideas that your parents gave you. You have the ideas of what your society is telling you. You keep everything in it, and it gets heavy. You get hurts, wounds that don't even belong to you, that are not part of your physical experiences. You live in fears that do not belong to you, do not belong in this lifetime, do not belong to your society. But if you heard of it, if you read this, if there is a book telling you that these ones happened, then you bring it into that box. And that box gets heavy, packed, dark, and it brings a lot of fear. So when the messages come, when the inspiration comes, when the need to express yourself comes, the box gets in between and say, no, it's dangerous. No, it's not possible. No, something can happen that is not going to be good for you. No, you're not going to be approved. No, you're going to look crazy. It seems like that box contains the voices of millions of people from this lifetime and from all previous lifetimes, telling you no. It's impossible, you cannot do it, you're gonna look bad, things bad are gonna happen to you or your family, you're gonna be in danger. So, look into that box. Really hear the voices and pay attention to what they're telling you. And go through each and every voice, each and every advice, and ask yourself, is this applying today? Look at who you are now, where you are living, your wisdom, your strength, your light, your gifts, your circumstances. And please check if that voice that is giving you advice has the right to give you advice today. And the reality that you are living today. Even deeper than that, give yourself time to check where are you at today. Look at your reality today. So you start by looking at where you are at today. What is your reality today? What is possible today? What do you have to take care of today? What could happen today? How you keep yourself healthy and well today? And then notice if that voice applies to your reality, to your situation today. And all the voices that are obsolete, please start removing them. Let them go. Fire them. They were good at some point in existence, but it doesn't apply today. Make that box lighter. Bring some space and light in it. Keep only what you need to keep today. Make it more open and fresh. So that way, it will not be an obstacle when you are receiving divine inspiration. When you have your higher self sending you guidance. Because you'll see that the guidance that you receive from your higher self, we can also say your higher selves, because there are many layers of it. The inspiration, the suggestions, the inspiration and the suggestion that you receive, the guidance that you receive from your higher selves, will be in perfect harmony with your now clean box. It will not contradict. You will have inspiration. You will go to your inner box and check, okay, is it time for me to do this? Is it dangerous? Can I do it? Is it possible? And your box that is in a way under control now, it's clean, it's organized, will give you precise ideas. It will give you a yes or not yet. But it will not bombard you with fear, asking you to run away from that idea, as if that idea could destroy you in a second. No. It will encourage you, or it will give you steps of how to get ready for it. And then you'll have these two sources of information working in harmony, balanced. Inspiration come and tell you what can be done. And your box, your human box, is telling you how you can get it done based on where you are at. But you have to know, you have to check daily where you are at, who you are, what's happening around you. And you have to keep cleaning, refreshing that box. And that's how channeling works. Because now the messages come, they flow to you. They guide you, they show you what is possible. And you'll have a clean and updated navigation system that will show you how to get it done. And you'll see your physical experiences changing. And you will be able to show your light easier without making this process a daily fight, without feeling that you have to always go against the wind. The wind is not real. The wind is these thoughts that are in your human box, that are there just because at some point in existence, someone created them. Now we will remind you to go through this process with unconditional love. As always, that's the easiest way, without judgment. You don't have to fight anything. You just have to understand that it's not a part of who you are. It was probably good before or for someone else. It applies in somewhere, at some time, to someone. But it has no space in who you are. That is what we would like to say maintenance. That is one of the things that you could start doing daily that will bring a lot of peace within you. Always asking yourself this question, this fear that I have, this pain that I have, this kind of knowing that if I do this, this is going to happen. Does it really has a purpose in my life now? Is it accurate? It applies in my present time. It applies to me. And you'll see that the understanding, when you get to the understanding that this is not your thought, this is not a part of who you are, it does not apply to your reality, just that understanding will help you liberate yourself from it. It's a loving and easy liberation. It's not a fight. It's just a click within you. And you will decide that within you there is no room for it. And you will let that go. Think if this way of going through life can be something that you can bring into your experiences. We are just sharing ideas that we think can be useful. But that's all it is. Suggestions, ideas, sometimes reminders. And the reminders that we want to leave today with you is that you don't have to create a connection. You don't have to work hard to feel connected. You cannot exist disconnected, separated from your energetic self, from your higher self, from Source. You cannot exist outside creation. So you are within creation. That means that you are always connected to everything that creation is. And if you are always within creation, always connected with everything that creation is, then you are connected already. That's simple. It is in your spiritual birth certificate. We love you. And we want to see you remembering and living this truth.